Another James Harden trade has went down. Let's get into it. I want to start off with the Sixers side of this deal. Tyrese Maxey's really emerged into a star guard. He's started the season off hot, just continue to do what he did all of last year. So from the Sixers' point of view, it was really time to move on from Harden. And they also get back some draft capital. But I think this sets up nice for them to either add a star in the offseason or a star player at the trade deadline. I'm looking at you, Pascal Siakam. The Toronto Raptors look to be doing nothing, and Siakam has not signed an extension, so he could be available, and I think that's who the Sixers might have in mind to pair him next to Joel Embiid. A lot of people think the next part for the Sixers is Embiid asking out because of this trade, and they really didn't get anyone of high value to put bluntly. I just think the Sixers here were just kind of clearing some cap from their long-term book, not wanting any long-term contracts, and also getting some picks and some pick swaps to potentially put in a trade for a star player. I think the Sixers are set up nicely, though. Embiid and Maxey seem to be a nice duo. Kelly Oubre, in this very short season so far, has been great for them off the bench. Pat Bev is Pat Bev. And they also waived Danny Green, who wasn't doing nothing in 2023 anyway, so that's not going to be a big miss to clear up some roster spots. KJ Martin, though, is a nice young player and just gives them some more athleticism on the wing. And Nick Batum's a vet. Marcus Morris is a 3-and-D guy. So the Sixers are, you can kind of see the vision with what they're setting up in the post-Joel, James Harden era. Now for the Clippers side of the deal. They've been linked to Harden all summer. We've known this. They finally get their guy. A trio of James Harden, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard, if they can stay healthy, obviously is as talented as it gets. But the health is always going to be the question when you're talking about these three guys. James Harden kind of took a step back and changed his game with the Sixers, kind of taking on more of that facilitating point guard role. But we've seen in the playoffs, when his number is called and he needs to, he can still give you those 30 and 40-point games like it's nothing. I am curious, though, what this does for the Clippers in terms of their rotation. Terrence Mann should be back soon, but I'm curious how a Harden, Kawhi, and Paul George trio does fit together. Yes, you have three high IQ players, so they will figure it out. That was kind of my takeaway when the Suns added Bradley Beal. I expect the same thing for the Clippers. They figure it out. I also think with a coach like Tyronn Lue, who is one of the best in the business, will also get the best out of this team. The thing for the Clippers, though, it's just always come down to health. And will this team stay healthy? That is the million-dollar question. I am curious how long it will take before James Harden is playing. The Clippers do play the Lakers on Wednesday. So for his first game for Clippers to be against the Lakers and LeBron and AD would be fun and exciting television to see. I hope that is what happens. We'll have to wait and see for that, though. I do like this Clippers roster, though, with Plumlee and Zubac down low with these three stars now. Two guys that are really good screen and rollers, good passers, and just know their role as well. Zubac has been a great find for the Clippers since the Lakers traded him for Mike Muscala, of all people. With that being said, though, I'm just curious how this works out. James Harden, is he going to continue to take that step back, or is he going to want more of a scoring role? We know the issues with him and Daryl Morey after Daryl Morey lied to him, and that is finally come to an end, which is why we're all here. I do see people questioning Harden defensively, and I think that's just a bad take. Harden was never a great perimeter defender, but he was always a good to great post defender, which is kind of odd for a guard to be kind of flipped like that. But with Paul George and Kawhi, when they're healthy, you have two of the absolute elite perimeter defenders. Harden, who's a good post defender, and Harden has shown in winning situations and must-win games, he will lock in more defensively. We kind of seen that with Philly and towards the end of his Rockets tenure, And then obviously mentioned the centers earlier in Zubac and Plumlee, who just know their roles and aren't great defenders specifically in Plumlee, but they are good rim protectors and they will, protect the paint. And it is a big body down there for the Clippers. This trade also just shows that Ballmer has been serious. Since he's really taken over the Clippers, they have star hunted. They, traded Blake after he signed that contract, and that kind of left a sour taste in people's mind. But I think Ballmer is one of the more well-liked owners in the league. Went out and signed Kawhi and then traded for Paul George, and now we're here with them trading for Harden after signing Westbrook in the middle of last season. Harden and Westbrook are back together after spending time together in OKC and Houston. So that's kind of cool to see them back together and see if they can get over the hump together. I still don't think the Clippers are in that upper echelon contenders. In my eyes, they're still not a contender just because there are too many health questions. But this team will definitely be back in the playoffs and will definitely be a fun team to watch in the regular season. As always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And let me know down in the comments, what are your expectations for James Harden in LA?